Woohoo! Not a minute too soon. Well, could have been sooner. Huh? Yes. Do you see the fear in my eyes? It should be okay. And I also have another super cool thing. But I will show you later on in the video. Because I'm too dirty now. Let's finish this first. And then maybe get back into the bathroom. I just saw a mouse here casually strolling along. Where did he go? Ah. Where did he go? Ah. Where did he come from? Akira. He's way over there, sweetie. We can't get enough of cars. I was putting the battery back into the Mazda. And one of the problems that the Mazda has is that this reservoir for the radiator every time was empty. After I drove a little. But it didn't overheat. So I was like fiddling here a bit to see what's with the reservoir. This whole thing came off. So that's not good. That is the hose that goes from this reservoir to the actual radiator. It's sort of an overflow. And it seemed that it has been, somebody has been trying to repair it already. Let's see if we can get it out and maybe fix it. We actually need to take out the fuse box because it's not coming out. Koi. Just about. Is that going to be fixable? Not in a workshop like this. Seems like somebody tried to glue it already before. Yeah, so here is the rest of the original pipey thing. They try to glue it back together somehow. Should we just try it with some super glue? It's probably not gonna hold for very long, right? So I'm gonna try and glue the hose directly to the reservoir without the broken piece on there. But then I need to have it exactly in the right position. And there's probably a very small chance it's gonna work. But if you don't try, you don't know. And what I also didn't think about is that I'm probably gonna be standing here until it dries. It is staying in the right place now. Let's wait a bit. Things are still going with a lot of resistance. Yesterday Vito was here and we needed to put an application for the DAV for the car. And you need to do this on the portal of Financias. And it's a hassle. So many questions and so many things you need to fill in where we have no clue what we needed to fill in there. So Vitor called with the customs office a couple of times to verify what needed to be filled in. Like for instance, I didn't have a receipt for the car. Like I bought the car in Holland 5 years ago from an individual, so not from a business, through a second-hand marketplace, like a website. Girls! But it was a mandatory field, so you need to fill something in. So Vitor called with the customs office. No, you just fill in that you bought it from yourself. So you take Jasper in Holland with a Holland address, and then the Portuguese Jasper on the Portuguese address bought it from the Dutch Jasper. Like, how are we supposed to know this, or how? So this is the third day we were working on this, and at the custom office themselves they're not able to help you fill it in, but apparently they do answer questions when you call them. So it's still not done. Vitor is gonna come here today again, and we're gonna see the last things that we need to fill in. So that was a hassle yesterday, but I was also a little bit still, how you say, not upset, but how you say this? Sad? No. I can't find the right English word, but about the car from Maria. Especially because I really wanted to make sure that Maria was okay with selling the car, because I had already the idea that it had sentimental value for her. And I even thought, just before I bought the car, that maybe it wasn't a good idea if the car stays in the village, because Maria would see the car every time. But on the other hand, I thought maybe she might be happy to see the car driving again, and that people are using it and stuff. But I asked Paolo, her son, specifically, like, is Maria agreeing with it? Now, before you all start judging and start blaming people, there can be a lot of different things that's what's going on. Because it can also be that they talked about it and Maria agreed, and a couple of days later maybe she doesn't agree, or maybe she forgot, or I don't know how Maria's mental health is, because I don't really understand a lot of Portuguese that she's talking, so maybe she forgets sometimes something. So I'm not putting the blame at anybody, but the weird thing is that I always try to make sure that things don't go wrong in this kind of way, and then they do go wrong eventually. So I must be doing something wrong there. It's not only with Maria, it's also with volunteers or with ex-girlfriends or stuff like that. I always get in Holland we say the door on my nose. So maybe I just need to be a little bit more selfish. I don't know. But you guys had some more questions about the garage. The garage is not mine, the garage is Maria's. And 3 years ago when I came here and we bought the quads, Paolo and Maria agreed that I could use the garage to store the quads and maybe work on the quads a little. So I got a key from the garage also, but it's Maria's garage. Now my idea was like to fix the car there, maybe fix other cars there. And also Paolo comes a lot to the village to like do the oil from his car, and Philippe comes sometimes to the village to tinker on his car. So I thought it would be a nice idea to have sort of a workshop there that we could all use to tinker on our cars. So that is what made me think that maybe we could like make a small workshop there, although it's not my building. So yeah, a lot of people might have done that differently. I mean, if it's not your building, then don't do anything in it. But yeah, since I'm allowed to use it and nobody really uses the garage, I thought it would be a nice idea to do something in there. But yeah, now that we're not gonna buy that car is probably gonna stay in that garage for much longer. So we cannot really use that garage as a workshop because another car wouldn't fit in there to work on. Girls, you are driving me crazy today. Now that also may be me because I'm a little fast agitated today, but the girls are already barking like all the morning. Stop it! It's enough! So it's kind of a difficult situation, because even now if I would be told that Maria would agree, I wouldn't really feel comfortable, because she's gonna see the car every time, and yeah, I know now that she doesn't feel comfortable with it. So in the future, like, that could also change again. So I think it's best like if the car like sold to somebody else, and that the car leaves the village so that she's not reminded of it. I don't know, I don't feel comfortable buying the car anymore, at least. So, no car workshop for now, but I have already plans for the future to make a bigger workshop. That's probably going to take a couple more years. So for now we're back on the road, tinkering on the cars.